At the farthest edge of the known galaxy, in a desolate corner where even light seemed to lose its way, there existed a planet called Ralis 7. This hostile world was infamous not only for its relentless electrical storms and corrosive atmosphere, but also for being a brutal battleground favored by alien mercenary clans. Whispers of hidden riches buried beneath its surface drew the galaxy's most ruthless and greedy warriors like moths to a flame. Amid the chaos of Ralis 7 stood one exceptional unit, an elite human squad known as the Hostile World Special Forces. Leading them was Lieutenant Marcus Draven, a battle-hardened veteran of over 20 campaigns on the galaxy's deadliest planets. His piercing blue eyes seemed to bore into the soul of anyone daring to challenge him. A brilliant strategist and lethal combatant, Marcus earned the moniker Shadow of the Horizon among his comrades, a name whispered with equal parts awe and fear. By his side was Cleverness, an infiltration expert whose ability to vanish in the thick of chaos was so uncanny that rumors swirled of her inhuman origins. The third member of the team was Jackson Torque Ryder, an engineer whose ingenuity turned scraps into deadly weapons and tools, a legend in his own right. Their mission began with an intercepted transmission from Vakars, one of the galaxy's most feared alien mercenary bands. The Vakars planned to seize an abandoned mining station on Ralis 7, unaware that it concealed more than precious minerals. Buried within its depths were humanity's secret experiments, lost technology too dangerous to fall into enemy hands. For Marcus Draven and his team, this was an impossible mission, but impossibility was merely an opportunity to prove why they were the most feared force in the hostile worlds. The Vakars descended with confidence, bolstered by superior numbers and cutting-edge tech. Little did they know the Special Forces had arrived days earlier, turning the station into a meticulously prepared killing ground. Every tunnel, corridor, and shadow had been mapped. Marcus tracked the enemy's movements with cold precision, while Torque rewired the station's defenses into a lethal network of traps. The first skirmish was swift and devastating. Explosions engineered by Torque disoriented the Vakars, splitting their forces. From the shadows, Kale struck, eliminating their leaders with surgical precision. Panic gripped the survivors. Over their guttural Garda tongue, they whispered of human ghosts. Marcus seized a moment, broadcasting a chilling message to their own comm system. You should have stayed in the void. His voice was ice, cutting through their resolve. The station itself became an extension of the Special Forces' will, its labyrinthine corridors and deadly traps a nightmare for the invaders. To the Vakars, it felt as if Ralis 7 rejected their very presence. Deep within the station, Torque uncovered the true stakes. The lost technology was an electromagnetic core capable of unleashing a pulse that could annihilate any ship in orbit. Marcus knew the Vakars couldn't claim it, but neither could he allow the station to detonate, drawing the attention of even deadlier factions. Time was their enemy. As the Vakars grew desperate, Kale, hidden in a ventilation shaft, spotted an elite Vakar unit approaching the core. These weren't the usual grunts. Their movements were precise, almost synchronized, their weaponry advanced. Marcus, monitoring from an improvised console, ordered retreat, but not without setting a final trap. Kale triggered a series of lockdowns, sealing the elites in a corridor with no escape, while Torque unleashed an energy surge that fried their shields, leaving them vulnerable. Then the unexpected roared to life. A deafening bellow shook the station as a colossal figure emerged from the depths, a biomechanical monstrosity humanity's archives called the Guardian of Ralis. Designed to protect the station from intruders, it awoke to a battlefield that didn't distinguish between friend and foe. Marcus locked eyes with his team. The game had changed. Now they faced not just the Vakars, but a relentless force they weren't prepared for. The Vakars scattered in terror, but the Guardian showed no mercy. Marcus made a split-second call. Torque, shut down the core. Kale with me will distract this thing. As the beast advanced, the team sprang into action, their every move a testament to why they were the galaxy's deadliest. The Guardian of Ralis was a fusion of technology and living matter, a towering horror with an armored exoskeleton and glowing golden eyes that pierced the darkness. Its steps rattled the station like earthquakes. Marcus and Kale danced a deadly ballet, luring away from the core while Torque raced to neutralize the unstable energy source. But the Guardian wasn't just strong. It was cunning, blocking their escapes and forcing improvisation. It's like it knows we're trespassing, Marcus growled, firing a burst from his modified rifle. The rounds barely scratched its armor. Kale hurled a sticky grenade beneath its rear leg. If we're pissing it off, let's make it count, she quipped, dodging its retaliatory swipe. The blast staggered the beast, but the shockwave knocked both soldiers off their feet. Meanwhile, Torque wrestled with the station's ancient systems. Why does everything have to be a damn puzzle? He muttered, rerouting cables and hammering commands into his portable terminal. A new threat loomed. An alert revealed a second Bakar ship approaching. Not a mere transport, but a heavily armed frigate built for war. "Boss, we got trouble," Torque radioed. "If we don't wrap this up, they'll level the station." Marcus gritted his teeth. "No choice. Kale, get ready to run. Torque, hold the core. We're luring this thing to the isolation complex." He unloaded another clip into the Guardian, enraging it further. The chase was on, a heart-pounding sprint through collapsing corridors. The plan worked, but time was slipping away as the Vakar reinforcements closed in. At the station's depths, they reached a reinforced chamber with a cryogenic isolation system. Kale dashed the controls while Marcus kept the Guardian at bay. "Tell me you can activate this," he shouted, firing at the floor to slow the beast. "Give me a minute," she yelled back, wrestling with the outdated console. The station shuddered. A distant explosion signaled of a car's advance. Torque's voice crackled through. "Core's offline, no explosion, but we need to go now." The Guardian lunged, and Marcus rolled aside just in time. "It's ready," Kale called. "Get it to the center." With a final taunt, Marcus baited the colossal beast into position. Kale triggered the system, and an energy field ensnared the Guardian. It roared in fury, thrashing against its prison as the chamber sealed. But their victory was short-lived. "The cars are breaching the station," Torque warned. 5 minutes, or we're done." Marcus and Kale exchanged a glance, exhausted but unbroken. The mission wasn't over. The real fight was just beginning.